Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 12. Yeah, you heard that right. We are on the last day of the Whole Person Convergence. I kind of almost can't believe it, but I better, or else I imagine I won't be fully present for today. So I'm going to believe it. We're here, day 12, December 22nd, 2020. As many astrologers have shared, it is the first full day moving forward into the age of Aquarius, moving into that time of the water bear, where society is prophesized and predicted to shift into an age of cooperation, an age of heart resonance support. And so as we start off this morning, we wanted to start you off right and bring you into a space of deep, deep, deep connection to yourself, to each other. There's an ancient lineage called Tantra that the word has many, many meanings for many, many people, but in the deepest sense, it's really the practice of anchoring into your own personal divine birthright and bliss of who you are. And with that, I want to welcome our special guest for this morning, Divine Kika, who will be will be with us for the next hour and a half, sharing with us some of the gifts that she's gathered over the last few decades as a relationship coach, as a Tantra coach, international bestseller in the field. And I always ask everyone who we bring on if they would actually share, like, what brings you to the table, because I could share, but really I like to see people in their own beauty and light. And so tell us about, like, who you are, what brings you to the table, and what are you going to be sharing with us today?
Oh, divine beings. What an honor to be here on the 12th day in this beautiful awakening we're all experience. And I'm very honored to be here because I will use this opportunity to bring you to your body, to bring you to integrate a wholly integrated spirituality, a wholly integrated being which integrates their sexuality. And so I think it's a great opportunity for us all to come together and come to a completely different relationship to our bodies. And you were saying there's this new time, it's a new time for us to cooperate in the world. I'm specialized in relationships and our relationship to ourselves, our relationship to one another, relationship to our sexuality, to our spirit, to our goals, to everything in our lives. So I'm here to rock your world today and to integrate all these energies that we've been feeling. My name is Divine Kika. I've been doing this work. I've been saying 15 years. My boyfriend said, you've been saying 15 years for the last 3 years. So it's longer than 15 years. I'm a Tantra master. I have traveled the world with this message of love, sexuality, and I bring through your awareness that sex is sacred. And with all the disease that is going on in the earth right now, people feeling lonely, using pornography, the distortion around sexuality and spirituality, the loss of the sacredness of what is love, what is connection, what is sacred, and how we use this beautiful sexual energy with our hearts, with our spirit, to really manifest and become the light we're supposed to be in this planet now. So this is who I am. Can I share a little bit about my story, why I do this, and how does it started?
Yes, please.
So longer than 15 years ago, as you know now, I was in a crossroads in my life. I'm from Brazil. I was living in the United States and I was struggling. I just had a baby. My baby was 2 or 3 years old. And I was living an abusive relationship. And on that day, his dad just yelled at me. And I had a horrible day being emotionally abused. And I was leaving this very abusive relationship, and I was moving into this new apartment. By the time we got to the apartment, it was night. We had no lights, and that was me in these boxes, and this man that I was yelling at me all day that just left. And I was just with my baby, my 2-year-old little baby. And I was alone in America. I didn't have anyone else. I just had me and my babe, and we didn't have anything to eat that night. All I had to give to my baby was my breasts. And thank God I had a lot of milk to give to him. And in that moment, I always get emotional when I say this story because it's so profound. It's what got me here. I look at my baby and I said, we will never go through this again. We will never have financial difficulty. We will never be in a situation where you are not loved, where you're not cared for. I always cry when I say this. I can say it 100 times and I always cry. I try not to. And I looked at his eyes and I said, we will heal. I will learn everything that I can, and I will be successful, and I will create a loving home where you're loved and you're cared for, and you never have to see your mom being abused or not well loved ever again. And in the path of love and relationship, who of us have not been scarred? Who has not been hurt? And the problem is a lot of the people, they take they're being hurt, they're being scarred, and they put it in the front or behind or beside them, and they carry it on, and they take it with them when they're starting a new relationship, when they have a friend, when they start a business, in everything in their lives. And what I'm here to do today is to let you completely drop, forgive my friend here, that out. You no longer need that. We are going to create a completely new awareness, a new awareness of your body, of your spirit, of your sexuality, for you to now, in this time, be completely open and raw, and actually be able to fully receive love, to fully receive all these beautiful energies and connections. You know, I just want to share a little something, because I'm in Brazil now for the last 2 months. I live in California, but I'm here. This is my homeland. And it's been such a beautiful integration of who I was to who I am and who I will ever be. It's all here now. And as I'm here, I'm just like sitting in a restaurant or whatever we're doing. The spirit is just coming to me. And I believe it is this community I can talk about this. I love this. I love this. And we can talk about this stuff. And you guys get it. And I don't have to hold back. So that spirit is coming so strongly that they just, like, all these beings just come around and they work on me and they energize me and they charge me. And they're charging me for the last few days. Like, I was literally sitting in a restaurant and I'm eating meat, for God's sake. I was being like a vegan for so long, and I started eating meat again because my body needed it and I heard it. And I was like, nah, the spirit just, I should purify. No, the spirit just came in and lightened me up everywhere, every form, every color. They were all around me, dancing with me and energizing me. So whatever they fill me up with, this juice that they put on me and they have been putting on me in this land, and this integration of my being, I want to share with you now. So to finish that story, when I look at my son, I started my journey and I went and I traveled the world learning with the best teachers in the world, mastering my craft every year, again and again, in the presence of enlightened masters from everywhere, every nation. And I have been bringing this awareness into my being and transmitting and sharing. And what I'm inviting you to do today is to open your mind, open your eyes, and bring your soul, bring your higher self here and now to hear the possibility of who you are that perhaps you don't know up to now, because we are spiritual wayfarers that we are. We tend to take on a path, a spiritual path or another path, and we have these truths that we believe they're true. And what I invite you to now is to be open by what you don't know that you don't know that could open you up and transform you today. Is everybody with me? Does that sound good?
Yeah, and I just wanted to first say thank you for your vulnerability and your share and your enthusiasm and your dedication and the willingness you had in that moment to say yes to your life and to your child. And I also just wanted to say thank you as well, and that your tears are welcome. We have had so many tears shed over the last 12 days in this convergence, and that want you to know this space is totally safe for that. And yeah, deeply, deeply, deeply welcome. And thank you for sharing so vulnerably and so beautifully. And yeah.
I believe that. Thank you. I feel so loved and well received. I receive your love and your welcome. I feel it all. It's been a beautiful transition where I've been working a lot this way on Zoom, and I was very resistant to this new way of transmitting energy. And lately I've been doing such powerful work, just like we are in person, transmitting. And so I invite you to really receive, because this really is happening. This whole illusion of space-time this channel right here, where we are looking in each other's eyes and being present and being with one another, is open. And I've been working with people all the way to Australia, to England, to United States. It's like everywhere. And it's like the energy just moves as long as you choose to open. So I'm feeling a lot of fire in my solar plexus now. So I invite you to connect with your power center right now. We all connect to our heart, to our love. And I invite you to, we are going to start with a little bit of a healing on your relationships, on your path. And then we are going to go to the sexual stuff. But before, we can get to the parts without getting to the heart. And so let's get to the heart first, and let's get to your journey. So I'm going to take you to a little journey to where did you first start in your relationships. And I invite you to this will take just a couple minutes, and I invite you to go full on in this exercise. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to your pattern relationships, retrieve your most painful relationship. What do you decide about yourself in that moment? We're going to change that decision. We're going to bring it to the present moment, and we're going to create a new future going forward. So this is a very powerful practice. I use a little bit of hypnosis, heart therapy, and NLP to do this. So just ride with me. You're completely safe to hear your heart. And I invite you to just close your eyes and put your hand in your heart for a moment, and just think about, in your path of love and relationships in your life, think of, there is a pattern, there is a way of being that you have been carrying, something that you have experienced that keep going through your life, keep going through every relationship. It's like a feeling that you have, or something that seemed to happen over and over again. You know very well what it is. You know. And what I invite you to do now is that we're going to start with a little cleansing. And we are going to go through this journey, because this is the time to heal the timeline. This is a time where we clear everything and we shift the core of all your relationships. And on Stanford, they did several studies, and what determines the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. So this is the time where you actually get to experience loving, fulfilling, deep, blissful, exquisite relationships and sexuality in your life. But in order to get there, we need to clear the home, make space, make room. So this is what we are going to do. So I invite you to just close your eyes right now, take a deep belly breath, and come to your body for a moment. And just inhale, coming into your body, taking a belly breath. And just bring all that you wear, all that you are, and all that you ever be to this moment. And I invoke Archangel Michael and the rescue angels to come and remove all beings, entities, thought forms, aliens, energy that no longer serve you for your highest good. The ones that are good, we keep them. Only what doesn't serve you for your highest good, in and around your body, in and around the room you're in now, and take them where they need to go to their soul growth. So may only beings of the highest light of God are allowed in and around our space right now. And I invoke my higher self here, and I invoke your higher self to be here and now, present for you. And I also invoke your spirit guides to come and help you in this journey we are about to go in. Just feel the presence of all the beautiful beings and all the clearing that just took space. And I invite you to call in somebody you feel completely safe with to take you to a journey across the sky. We are going to fly back through your life, through the past, and to see all the moments that this pattern. So what we are doing, we are flying above and looking down. We are not entering the experiences. We're just flying through your life, looking at these moments that you felt a certain way. Perhaps you yelled at, perhaps you felt you could never express yourself. I had love, but I didn't have financial freedom. Or I had this relationship where they did this, but that was not there. What is it that kept reoccurring? And just look, keep traveling to the past, flying through the sky with your guardian angels, looking through all the times you felt this way. And you will get to the first time that you ever felt this way. And keep going. It might be in your teenager times, but I believe it might be even before you're 7 years old. Whatever you land, just know that this was the most impactful, powerful time. Sometimes you have an idea that this was the time. I invite you to ask your soul to go a deeper level and go to the real pain, the real point that you're scared to go and see. That's where we want to go. That thing that you're most afraid of. You're looking it from above. You're not diving in the experience. Be there now. How old were you? What was happening? And in that experience, I invite you to look around, and you're looking from above. You're just a little bit closer, but you're not in. And just tell yourself, see what's happening. Perhaps you're being raped. Perhaps your parents were yelling at you. Perhaps what was happening. And just see what was happening. And now, as this traumatic experience is there, and you're looking from above, what were you deciding about yourself in that moment? I'm not lovable, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of love, I will always be sad, nobody respects me. What was that you were deciding about yourself? And as you look at what were you deciding about yourself, I invite you to, now that you're seeing it, fly higher in above and look at that experience. Now that you extracted what was that you decided about yourself, I invite you to fly above your timeline and say, I want to erase that decision. So as you choose to erase that decision, I invite you to imagine that that whole thing is disappearing, as if it is a laser beam that you're just erasing that experience. Or you're looking at that through a movie theater and you are seeing that whole movie kind of like shrinking and ending, and it comes to an end and then it goes and it completely disappears. And as you go back to that, let it completely disappear, erase it, throw a bomb in there if you need to, throw fire, make it completely disappear. Has it disappeared? Make it disappear. Now I invite you to create that reality so you can make a positive decision about yourself. For example, if your mom dropped you in the crib and didn't pick you up, and then you decide your mom didn't love you, imagine that she was actually picking you up and then you felt like you're lovable. Whatever was the decision, I invite you to create a parallel of reality right now. So you can reimagine that situation so you can make a positive decision about yourself. And I will give you some time to recreate that image so you can make a positive decision about yourself. And as you make this positive decision about yourself, I invite you to extract what you're deciding about yourself. Perhaps you're deciding, I'm lovable, I'm good enough, I am worth it, I am good. Whatever you're deciding now, make sure it's a positive decision. If you haven't made a positive decision, recreate that image again so you can make a positive decision. As you do that, now we are going to bring that to your present moment. And you will whatever is that new decision. For example, if you decided I am lovable, I invite you to just bring I am lovable to your present life and see what is possible or present in your present life that you haven't noticed up to now. And take 3 deep breaths into your new decision. And I invite you to go back now up and fly to your future with your new decision. I am lovable, I'm good enough, I'm worth it. I receive love, whatever is your new decision, and go back to your future and see that new decision in your future. And what is available in your future that was not available now with your new decisions. Good. So bring all that to your present moment. And that is your mantra for this next 21 days to really, so if you decide I am lovable, I'm worth it, I receive love, or whatever is that you decide there's a positive decision, now you have within you. And all the times in your life that you felt that way up to now have been healed, and all your future, so your timeline is completely clear. And now you can bring your new decision to your life by repeating it to your brain, so your brain can connect and remember it every day. All right, so we did this little clearing. Is the first step to start your new way of relating and being here. So let's together take a deep breath and let's think about in the path of relationships. So we are now going to understand our new conditioning. Like, what was the conditioning that you had when you were growing up? You decided, like, what was the sexual conditioning that you had? What is your history? Like, you just healed it, right? So now that you know it, I want you to remember that you deserve to feel love, to feel pleasure. No matter who you are, where you are, you deserve to feel good and be well loved. So let's take a deep breath into that. Now, a lot of us say, a lot of people come to me and they say, there's a few things that I've been hearing a lot. Like, people are having to deal with their relationships right now, right? So if you are in a relationship, let me know in the room. If you are in a relationship, just write, I am in a relationship. If you are not in a relationship, let me know where you are. But I imagine at some point you have been in a relationship. And we are all very sensitive beings. We are loving beings. We want to feel loved. And we appreciate being loved. So your sensitivity is a gift. And some people, they say, I'm either overwhelmed with my sexual energy, or I don't have enough. I'm getting old. I don't feel like I need this anymore. Or my partner doesn't want to meet me. What I invite you to understand that your sexual energy is yours to master, to circulate, to awake, and to use it to whatever you want to use. It doesn't have to be used only to have sex. A lot of men don't know that they can have orgasm separated from ejaculation, or that woman can have a full body orgasm or female ejaculation. All these new ideas of who you are and who you can become. So I'm trying to see people's faces here to see what's going on, and it's kind of hard because I don't have a view of the entire room here and see what you're experiencing in there. So let's talk about mastering your energy, mastering your body. And up to now, you have been having sex in many different ways. Perhaps you have masturbated to pornography. Perhaps you have been in a relationship. Perhaps sex have got boring. Sex got amazing. Eventually, you experience sex with love. You experience sex with no love. But all of these things that you experience in your life, and the integration of all these things, and what would you like to create now for your body going forward? how do we want to relate? What I invite you to realize is that your genitals and your heart are just as precious, that is sacred, that your sexuality and your genitals are sacred, and you are worthy of love and pleasure. So let's think about, like, we dropped all these ideas of who we were and who we are going to be, and we are here and now. And let's talk about male bodies for a moment. Male bodies, people that men tend to think that they need to ejaculate in order to relax, or they need to ejaculate to finish a goal. It's the masculine to accomplish it, right? So let's talk about this. And ladies, if you're listening to this, let's see how does this impact you when you ejaculate and you start aging. So let's think, when a man ejaculates, there is 200 to 300 million sperm cells being spilled, cells that could be creating life. One ejaculation could repopulate the entire planet. Yeah. So if we use this energy to recharge ourselves, let's say one ejaculation that's like that they actually measure is 1.4 volts of energy. And if we are aging, because we are rejuvenating when we are using our energy, when we are using our energy consciously, you're not going to spill it. When you're using your energy consciously, you will have ejaculations where you breathe this energy up and you use to manifest. Every time you have an encounter that you are with somebody, there is an energy that is being formed. There is a baby being formed. Maybe it's not a physical baby, but it's something that you two are co-creating together. And in this time of the new earth, when we are now in this age of Aquarius, we can't keep going unconsciously spilling our seeds, spilling our energy, draining ourselves. We need to be conscious of every drop of energy in and out of our body. Every thought, every action, every word in and out of you is creating energy. You are a creator in this universe. How conscious are you of the energy if you create? What if you could use your ejaculation in order to manifest things you want in your life? So I invite you to take a deep breath into that. And as a woman, there's ladies watching, sometimes we want our man to ejaculate, so we feel like, oh, we accomplished our goal. He came, so now he's not going to be interested in anyone else, or now he's going to relax, now he's not going to be mean, or whatever stories that the woman have. I invite you to remember that when a man chooses to save his ejaculate and learn to have a full body orgasm without ejaculation, learn to bring his energy to a higher space, now he's more sensitive. Now he's able to see me, to love me. If we think about the woman, and we go through this entire cycle of 27 to 30 days where egg comes out, and we feel all these different emotions through our cycle, right? A man have only this short period, like the whole cycle is just one ejaculate to another. So if a man is ejaculating too much, he doesn't have time to feel. He doesn't know what his emotions are anymore. He doesn't know what he's wanting. He doesn't have enough clarity in their lives. So ejaculation control gives confidence, gives power. It gives control, gives confidence. The men that are trained with me that learn to have full ejaculation control, they come fully in their power. And the modern man that is no longer carried by their penis, but they are carried by their consciousness, by their love, by their heart, by their goals in life, consciously creating a beautiful life. So I invite you to think about that. I'm not going to go full on that. If you go to my website, you can download a free gift. It's called ejaculation control. It's a little ebook you can download for free. My website, divinekika.com, and I explain the 10 stages of ejaculation, how you can slow down and take control. But all I want you to get through this conversation is that you can become the master lover who is always satisfied and who always satisfies. And that's what is available for you. And what a beautiful thing if your beloved can experience you as a full, conscious, present being. So let's just take a deep breath together into this new awareness, right? And then women, a lot of women come to me and they are so shut off in their relationship. They are so locked in their heart, or they've been hurt, and they say, well, I'm no longer interested in having sex with my husband or my beloved, or this is a part of me that I don't want to wake up because there's so much pain. And in order to open that, they would have to see all that pain again. So what if that energy is also when you are living life from this space where you're not opening energetically, your sexual energy is dormant or not flowing or repressed. Now you are walking life like this. And what if you could walk life flowing, free, and with your energy in your belly just going, creating, manifesting, dancing, experience pleasure, experience joy, bringing sacredness to your love. Oh, but he won't love me to the level I can love him. You be the love that you want. You be the source of love. When you are the source of love, there is more than enough love. You're not going to be saying, oh, he said that, he didn't love me, or she didn't love me, or she. When you are the source of love, your heart has more than enough. And I want to teach you ways where you can awaken your sexual energy, multiply it, expand it, recharge your entire body, feel yourself to love, bring it to a higher consciousness, and completely awake to a new you. And that's what I would like to bring to you today, this new forms of loving and relationship. In this going forward in the age of Aquarius, we are now to be loved. We are now to be conscious. We are now to expand together, to experience bliss, to cooperate with each other, to create this new earth. Continue. To create this new earth. And as we create this new earth, as we create this new space, who you want to be, how do you want to love? You want to love being halfway, saying, oh, you know what, I got hurt before, so I'm just going this way. I have 1 foot here because, you know, if you mess it up, no. Because then you are never experiencing the love that you deserve, the love that you're here to be. And if you're here in this beautiful conference, and if you are an awakening being, like you say, all parts of you are sacred. And your genitals, your heart, your soul, all that you are. So let's learn how to master circulating, cycling, recycling, awakening, and expanding your sexual energy to come to a higher awareness. How do we do that? So I'm imagining this group, everybody already know about chakras and energy centers and cords with other people and all of this other stuff, right? So I'm going to go straight to the, how do I awake my sexual energy? That would be great to go live on Facebook. How do we awake our sexual energy? How do we expand our sexual energy? How we move through pain, moving our sexual energy through our bodies to achieve a higher awareness. Tantra is the fastest path to enlightenment. Tantra is known as the fastest way to enlightenment because when you use this energy and you clear and awake all energy centers in your body and you free yourself from your past traumas through the pain or through what you've been going through, then you become an awakened, blissful, charged being. And then it becomes magic. So I invite you to just take a deep breath and consciously choose to forgive yourself. I want you to close your eyes and look at yourself right now and just see yourself and all that you've been through in relationships and all that you wear and all that you went through, and say, I forgive myself. I forgive myself that I put myself through this pain. I forgive myself that I didn't allow myself to feel more. I forgive myself that I manifested the wrong people in my life. I forgive myself that whatever it is, and I actually take on that those were the lessons I needed to learn up to now. And now I consciously choose to be different. I consciously choose to awake my energy. Don't use the... I consciously choose to breathe this new being that is love, that share love and has more than enough love to give. So let's take a deep breath for a moment. And as you forgive yourself for whatever you need to forgive yourself in the relationship, or perhaps right now, if you are having a pornography addiction, I invite you to read the chapter on my book on my website, Tantric Sex from the Modern Man. I would love to talk to you about it. I know it's the other epidemic going on is pornography addiction. It's going for women too. So if that is the case, we need to heal that. We need to talk about it. So, but I don't want to make this space about that. I want us to go to a higher energy right now and to prepare you to actually clear all of this. So who in the bed of love didn't feel like guilt or shame around our sexuality? Like we think we are not allowed to say this or that. If girls do it too much, if we're too sexual, then we are dirty. If we're not sexual enough, we're frigid and we're cold. And for men, it's like it must be erect at the right time. You show, well, how come you didn't show desire? You have to show desire. You desire too much, you desire enough. It's never perfect. So I invite you to remember that we are all beings learning how to love. We're here to learn how to love well. So for you to think that you have to know and do this all right your whole life, it's just like everything else. We are learning how to love. Can you be kind enough to yourself and say, I am learning how to love, and today I am consciously choosing to love. I'm consciously choosing to no longer repress or put away my sexual energy or throw it away or use it in the wrong direction, but actually use it to create a higher awareness, use it to share more love. And when I say it, it's not just going and having sex with a lot of people, it's just being the highest version of the love that you are for you, and learn to master your sexual energy. So I invite you now to just start breathing with me for a little bit. We're going to do some practices that will awaken your sexual energy, expand it, and move it through every cell in your body. So the first thing that you need to understand about your sexuality is that sexuality or sexual energy is energy, and it's life force energy, and you can move it through your body, and you can expand it to every part of your body. So let's think a little bit about how do I move sexual energy to our bodies, right? Because we tend, when people masturbate or make love to themselves, they tend to do it with the goal of relax and go to sleep, or just go somewhere or come. When they're coming, they're actually gone. But like, how do we bringing this energy, that we're moving our sexual energy through our body, expanding it, and raising it and creating a healing, the love that you want to create. Yeah. So in this moment, I'm going to be transmitting a lot of the love that I learned, a lot of that I have learned within myself to move my sexual energy, and how I have been teaching thousands of people all over the globe how to move sexual energy through your body, how to become multi-orgasmic, how to expand this energy. Are you ready? Okay. So the first thing we need to understand that we have a muscle that is our love muscle. In our love muscle is the muscle that you would use when you have to go pee. So if you have to go to urinate, you contract a muscle. When that muscle is not strong, your orgasmic energy will be shallow. You will have no control of your ejaculation. You will have no control of what's going on with your sexuality. So the first step is every time you urinate, you afterwards squeeze it 10 times. And when you squeeze this energy, squeeze. So let's say you urinate, okay, you urinate, and then you're done. Now you squeeze it 10 times. If you do that every time for this month, every time you urinate, you just do this, nothing else. Men, you will have more ejaculation control. You have stronger, longer, powerful orgasms. Now, would you like me to help you today to expand the length, the strength, and the power of your orgasmic energy? Yes? I want to see some excitement because I'm talking about gold here. I'm giving you a gold mine, all right? Like, this is what everybody wants. Now, imagine, I have goosebumps. We are now in the age of Aquarius, where we are cooperating and loving each other, right? And if we are orgasmic beings and we are vibrating in this high orgasmic vibration, and the world is this one big orgasmic energy, and everybody is fully in their bliss. Now, what are we capable of creating in this beautiful earth if we allow our pleasure or joy to extend like never before? How would we be patient? How would you be when somebody cut you off in the car? If you had a big orgasm that morning, how would you respond? If you are not orgasming, you're probably more likely to yell back or say something. But if you're happy, you're more like, I'm good. I had an orgasm this morning. I had multiple orgasms this morning. I'm good. So how do we expand this energy? First, we need to understand that sexuality is energy. Second, you need to work on your love muscle. So your love muscle is the pubic coccygenus. It's a long name, so I'm just going to say PC muscle. Your PC muscle needs to strengthen. Strengthening your PC muscle will give you longer, powerful, stronger orgasm, will give you control of your ejaculation. So you got that part. Every time you go to the bathroom, you squeeze it 10 times. For men, if you're having trouble controlling ejaculation, one simple way to resolve that is every time you urinate, like at least 5 or 6 times a day, you stop the flow of urine 3 times and you squeeze it a little bit. So you're peeing and then you stop and you squeeze and you let go again and you squeeze, and just do it 6 times that you urinate. And you do this thing where you squeeze your PC muscle 10 times after you urinate. You will have way stronger control of your ejaculation. Woman, you want a stronger orgasm, you need to do your Kegels exercise. You're strengthening your JJ. So we need the JJs to be happy and healthy. Yeah. So I was one of those ladies that after I had, and I'm going to be very vulnerable here because I know a lot of my sisters are having trouble with this. I would laugh and I would pee after because I had my babies naturally, right? In 1 month of doing this practice, I got stronger and even like better than before. Like that, you can rejuvenate your JJ to become a new, young, like teenager again. We can rejuvenate our bodies through this practice as well. This is just the basic. So what I want you to do is be conscious of your love muscle, be conscious that sexuality is energy. Now, for a lot of the people that have been traumatized in the path of love and relationships, when they are starting to become present with somebody, when they go on a date, when they are with their spouse, they become not present with their bodies, or they become not present with their feelings, or not present to share pleasure with another, fully being there, looking each other's eyes, feeling their breath, feeling their energy. Sometimes people are afraid that their spouse is not present, or the person they're with is not ready to receive them fully. But if you're not present to your body and to yourself, how can you achieve a higher state of awareness through your orgasmic energy? And I understand for some women that have been traumatized, or men that have been traumatized sexually, it may be traumatic to be present. But the reality is, if you are truly present, and this is a big thing here, when you're present, there is no trauma, because in this very moment, you're breathing, you're here, you're now. When you are anxious, and anxiety only lives in the future or the past. It doesn't live in the present moment. So when you choose to be here and now, feeling the sensations in your body, connecting with your partner, connecting with what you're feeling, now we're talking. Yeah. So how can you bring more presence in your body, in your life? First, we need to be in our bodies. And I think sometimes if we just do, and a lot of people say, and then there is another side of this, that I know very high spiritual beings that are not fully integrated, because they say, well, I don't need to connect with my sexual energy. I'm in the spirit. And then they're meditating all the time, like little zombies, feeling energies, but they're not in their body. So the energy is not landed, it's not grounded, it's not embodied, it's not transmitting fully. They're just in La La Land all the time. So you can't be a selfish spiritual being that is just up there, but you are in the earth right now, and you need to transmit and be love and light to everyone around you and to yourself. But if you just choose to be a yogi from the heart up, you're missing a fully integration human being. And if you are listening to this right now, and if you are one of those yogis, perhaps today in the new age is a time where you integrate all these energies. And those of you that are that way know what I'm talking about. So let's take a deep breath. I said a lot. I said a whole lot up to now. And what I invite you to do is, if you have a group of people that you love, if you're on Facebook and Instagram, just share this video with these people so they can also learn, because we're about to learn how to cycle our sexual energy. So I invite you to share it with as many people as you think that need to learn this practice, that need to embody their whole being, their fully integrated spirituality and sexuality today, in this new beautiful day, in this new beautiful energy that we are experiencing. So as you hear me and see me, I'm here with my belly. I want to show my belly a little bit, because I want us to connect from our whole body a little bit more. All right. So what I invite you to do is, can you receive? We are through this screen, but we can receive, we can transmit, we are together in one place. All this space and time, we know we are together here and now. So let's take a deep breath and celebrate that we are together here and now, and this new relationship that is being born. And as we enter this new relationship, as you enter any new relationship in your life, here's what I invite you to do. We are going to practice right now. And my invitation is that we say what we need in order to feel safe with each other. All right. So we start by saying what we need in order to feel safe. So we share boundaries with love, but they're not barriers. They are what I need to open up and love you even more. They're not what I need to keep you away or make sure I'm safe and I stay in my fear. Very different. What I need to love you deeper and to connect deeper. Right now, what I need is that we are all present. And we are present with our bodies and with our emotions, and we are here with one another. And that you actually choosing to open up a little bit, that you're choosing to go to another level of yourself. That's what I need from you to feel safe today, and to open up and to love you even deeper. What do you need from me in order to love you deeper today or to open up even more? And I invite us to set an intention for ourselves and to the collective. What would you like to create with this energy of this connection between me and you that we are creating right now? What would you like to create? What is your intention? My intention is that the love that we share and the energies that open up into us and the awakening that we have expand into more love and more light to the entire earth. That's my intention. What is your intention? Please share. And what is your, and then the next level of this conversation would be, what are your desire? What do you desire? And I desire that every human being in this earth, this is so deep, I get emotional. I desire that every human being of this earth experience a fully integrated sexuality, that experience multiple orgasms, that experience a higher awareness, that experience what it's like to have a Kundalini rising, that experience what it is like to have connection with spirit, to connect their bodies and their soul with divine. I call myself Divine Kika because I believe I'm connected with divine, and it's my mission to connect every being in this earth with divine energy. So now that we say our boundaries, our intentions, our desires, we share appreciations with each other. And I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me, to connect with yourself and with me, and to be vulnerable, and to take the time to love yourself and to love the planet better. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And you're welcome to share your appreciations through the chat rooms. Yeah. So what if you have this conversation in every new date you go to, in every new person you hire to work with, or every new environment that you are, or friendships, or any group you get in? What do I need to feel safe? What do I need to stay open? What is my intention here with you? What is my desire? What do I appreciate about you? And that will take your relationships to a whole next level. And then you're consciously creating beautiful relationships in your life. Okay? So now that we are in this beautiful energy and we are creating this relationship, right? What am I here to do? Then some men tell me, and then here is something that I see a lot. I want to bring it up because I'm feeling it. So some of you might be thinking of it. I don't know. Well, but I like to have a lot of girlfriends. I like to be with a lot of women. I would say this, if you have that desire, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you set an intention to be the man that opened this woman up to be the highest version of themselves. And you're the catalyst. You're bringing love to them to such a level that now they will expand their consciousness because you passed through their lives. If you're coming to a relationship that you can say, I don't want a serious relationship. I don't want to get married. But I have an intention to open your heart and to heal your heart for all that you've been through. So now you can love fully after meeting me. And I will love you so well tonight that I will bring this to your life. So now all that guy that just want to fuck, then forgive my French here, just want to be with the next guy over and over again. What if you become that light that shares so much love in order to heal? So, and this is a new awareness that a lot of people need to take on. What if you become the lover that are always satisfied? And so let's take a deep breath into these dynamics. And also, women, if you are coming to a relationship and you feel like a man always needs to take care of you, what is your responsibility with your sexual energy as a goddess? What are you giving back? Because that is an energy, right? We need to honor each other. We need to honor each other. We need to support each other. And I think a woman that is fully in her power sexually, she doesn't use her sexuality to manipulate, she uses her to get something. She loves, and she loves so deeply that her love opened their heart up to become the best version of themselves. And as a woman, we are rising to the next level of ourselves, and we are teaching men how to love us better. But there is responsibility in being a goddess in this earth. And being a goddess means I don't use my sexual energy to manipulate. And when I say no to my beloved, I say no because I am really close right now and I need to honor myself, not because I'm manipulating you to get something later. And I know it's hard for some people to hear it. So what I've heard many men that've been in a situation like that, where the woman is manipulating them sexually. So let's be the highest goddess. Let's be the gods. Let's be the gods that empower each other, love each other, awaken each other, yeah? And what if we master the sexual energy? What if we awaken ourselves? Beautiful. So what if we master our sexuality in such a way that we can exude love, we can exude orgasmic energy every room you enter? Now let's talk about a little bit before we get into how to do this. How about becoming a magnet to get what you want in life and using sexual energy? So I like this example, right? Like some men say, well, I want to be with women, but I don't know how to get their attention, or right now I don't know how to be anymore. And the woman feel like, well, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know how to be. So what if we just become so aware of our own energy and we expand our energy, and then we see somebody we really like and we want to get their attention, we just expand our sexual energy throughout our bodies and become like this really high, powerful energy, this light. And then we can send it to somebody as an invitation. If you like to receive it, I would love to shower you with this hate, this love, this energy. And the person can choose, like their higher self can choose to receive or not. You can just ask their soul if they want to receive that energy, because then you're honoring the other person. And you can say, I'm sending this love to you, and that is not I am just want to get you. I am giving you a gift of my juice, of my love, of my desire, of my expansion. Yeah. And when you give that juice and that love, it's a gift. It's not something I have to attend to, that I'm responsible for. It's your responsibility. Your sexual energy, your orgasmic energy is your responsibility. And it's time that we take responsibility for our own pleasure and for our own love. So I'm saying a lot, and I want to know how this all lands for you. In relationship, we all want to know that we are loved, that we are connecting, and we are giving and receiving. The camera is behind. And we need to remember that we are the source of love. So let's now take a deep breath and connect a little bit with our PC muscle. I would like to know how much time I have. I have no idea how long I've been talking. Tell me, how long do I have and what are we?
Yeah, it is a little after 10 o'clock right now. So we have, depending on how long you want to go, the 90-minute mark would be in a half hour.
Okay, thank you. Let's see where we go. I want to take you.
And I just want to, I love all the beautiful gems that you're casting. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And just, like to teach sexual and relational and personal empowerment in the way that you are, to just to invite people into that place of ownership around their own sexuality and their own sexual awakening and desire, and how to share that in a way that's not from a place of shame, but also not from a place where there's expectation, but there's just a simple transmission and beauty, and like being willing to own like that, you know, some relationships are destined forever, if you will, and some are for a purpose and an intention and reason, and that they don't all have to be the same. And how rare do we hear that what would happen if we started to get more clear with each other and to say, hey, like, I'm not available for a long-term relationship, but I would love to be here in bliss and in beauty and in love with you. And I'd be open to figuring out with you what that looks like. And I think that's great and radical and revolutionary. And so I just want to say I deeply appreciate being here in the background, you know, just holding you in love and light and loving everything that you're sharing.
Beautiful, thank you. And then at this time that we are so, there's a lot of people in the world right now that are experiencing a lot of loneliness, and a lot of people that are saying, I'm waiting for the right partner, right? Like some people, they purify themselves so much, and now they say, well, no, I'm just gonna open to the right person. And then my sex, my heart, my body is starving for love. And then anyone that shows up with a little bit of love, now if I allow myself, I'm just gonna go full on and break down so bad. So what if, while you're waiting for your perfect partner, because I know a lot of people are in that space, you allow your heart, your yoni, your lingam to receive love. What if I choose, now I am in a beautiful relationship, but the times that I wasn't in my life in the relationship and I wanted to manifest the perfect relationship, I would allow myself to drink love. What if I spend the night with you and allow myself to feel all the pleasure that my body needs, expand my sexual energy, be blessed, and say, thank you for loving me, I loved you, this is not the relationship I want to be in, but thank you for loving me and expanding my soul so I got a little bit of what my soul is longing for. So now I have a little bit of juice and I can go forward. When you lock yourself and you don't receive love for a long time, you become this pain body. You become all these crazy things. And this is it. Of course you're choosing consciously. Of course you're not going to go out with just anyone. We are conscious beings that are choosing with awareness what brings us joy. But you gotta allow yourself to receive love. Even if it's a little bit, even if it's a taste of what you need. Yeah. Is that helpful? Is that good? Good. This is exciting. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to answer your questions. So what I would like to share with you right now is, how do we cycle our sexual energy? How do we expand that energy? So the other day I did a talk in Australia from Brazil. I didn't go to Australia, just like here like this. And the host made me demonstrate how to have a full body orgasm in 3 minutes without touching myself. I was literally like that, and I was breathing, and I have this ability that I can breathe myself to a full body orgasm in about 3 to 5 minutes, and that's something that I can do. Why can I do that? I'm not special. I don't have superpowers. I just prepare my body for bliss. I wire my body to feel pleasure. I wire my body to feel orgasmic energy. So now the channels are open and the energy just flows, and I can call in the juice of Mother Kundalini when I want to. When I concentrate, the energy just moves. So I want to give you today a little taste of how to move this energy through your body. I'm going to see if I can do it sitting down. Let's see. I won't be able to. The video is not going to work. So let's see what we can do here. But what I want is, we are going to breathe. So we are going to do a little Kundalini practice. And we are going to move some sexual energy into our bodies. The first thing that I want you to do is just understand that is a tube of energy that comes from your perineum to the top of your head. And in yoga, we call it Sushumna. And this tube of energy that contains all your energy centers and stores all the emotions and feelings and energies of your body It can be energized, it can be awakened, and it can be expanded. And if you do this practice every day, it's like you're clearing the vessel. And another thing is like when you're moving your sexual energy through this vessel of energy, through this body, then you're also energizing, clearing, and awakening each energy center. So now we are preparing also, like, let's say you run a certain amount of energy through your body. You run 110 current. If you do this practice, what you're doing is you're preparing your body to run a 220 or more, right? Remember, okay, I'm not going to get into more details about it. So what the practice is, you inhale, you squeeze your PC muscle. So imagine you had to urinate. So squeeze there. So sometimes your anus wants to get involved. And what I invite you to do is just relax your anus as much as you can. It's going to get involved a little bit. But squeeze your perineum. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. What we're doing, we are pumping sexual energy. We're just becoming aware of our genitals. We are becoming aware of our sexual energy. So you just squeeze there and relax. Squeeze and relax your PC muscle. So imagine you had to go pee and you're just like holding it. That's what you're doing. You just squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. Got it? Okay. And then the next step is that you're going to breathe up as if you're sucking a straw. So it's all a belly breathing. First, like some of you need to learn the belly breathing yet, but I'm imagining we are with higher beings today that already know. But if you don't, just put your hand in your belly and take one big belly breath. So what you do is you inhale, filling up your belly, and exhale, bringing your belly in. So inhale, belly out. Exhale, belly in. And the next step is we're going to inhale as if you're sucking a straw. And imagine that it's going throughout your spine, all the way up to the top of your head. So when you inhale, you're going to go. Got it? So now when you exhale, you're going to exhale, imagining that the energy, so this energy will come through the back of your spine to the middle, all the way up, and will go project out through your mouth, all the way down through your genitals. So I'm just going to do it a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to squeeze your PC muscle. Inhale. Catch with your genitals again. Why do we make sound? So now this is important. Ladies, a lot of times we are about to have an orgasm, we are having sex and exciting and everything is there, and then the orgasmic energy disappears. You know why? Because you forgot to exhale. You forgot to breathe. So what we need is to breathe with and exhale with the sound. The sound expands pleasure. So the three keys of Tantra are breath, movement, and sound. In advanced Tantra, we learn a little bit of visualization. We're not going to go there today. Today, we're just learning this very basic way of conduct energy through your body to prepare your body as a vessel to receive and hold and expand sexual energy. And it's a very simple practice. It's really this simple. You just squeeze, inhale, exhale, projecting out with a sound, catch with your genitals, do it again. So are you ready? We're going to do it together. Any questions? Like, did you guys get it? Okay, so this is the basic Tantra exercise, breath, movement, and sound. So here we go. So squeeze, inhale. Again, squeeze. We are doing one more time, squeezing, squeeze. So now we are going to do it, circulating the energy for a little while, okay? So we are just going to breathe and expand, breathe and sound. When you do this practice, you will revitalize, energize, awake all energy centers in your body. You feel energized, you bring more oxygen to your blood, you bring balance to your brain. There is a lot of benefits. Some people can experience a full body orgasm just by doing this. So let's go. And then I'll give you a homework after this. So inhale. Ah, 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 ah. So I'm just going to do a little bit right now. My invitation is every time you drive somewhere or every time, just make it so you do it 3 times a day, where you for 3 or 4 minutes you just do this breathing. You're preparing your body to feel more orgasmic energy, to clear your energy centers, and you're preparing yourself to have longer, better, stronger, more powerful orgasms. So do your PC pump exercises, do this exercise, and the next thing, can I give you guys a homework? Okay, the first homework that I'm going to give you is to make love to yourself as a prayer, to actually nurture your body. Remember that every folding is an erogenous zone, and every folding has the potential to feel a lot more pleasure. So when you touch your body, I invite you to get a jar of coconut oil and just touch your entire body as a self-love practice, as a prayer. Make love to yourself as a prayer. Yes. And so I invite you to prepare it as if you are preparing the room for the most exquisite beloved. And what you do is you put flowers, incense, music, and then you lay down and then you start putting coconut oil in your body. And you start touching yourself, your entire body, and say, thank you, body, for being here with me. I choose to love this vessel of energy. I am giving to myself all the love that my heart is longing for. What this practice do to you? You learn how does your touch feel? You learn how to touch. You learn how to love yourself better. And then you infuse in this the breathing that we just did, and you touch yourself. Now, man, look into my little ebook online, the 10 stages of ejaculation control. You can adapt that to this practice. And what I like to say is that, men, for this exercise, when you make love to yourself, you're going to touch your whole body, including your genitals. When you do that, I invite you to think 0, not even aroused, 10, ejaculating. What if you could master, stay at 7 and 8? 7 is heaven, 8 is great, 9 is too late. So this is a great way to learn ejaculation control. I just gave you a beautiful gift. So practice. And women, when you make love to yourself, if you get yourself very close to orgasmic experience and then breathe back, slow the breath, slow the movement, and make sound, the more you do that, the more you add yourself, take yourself to this higher states of bliss, and then back, the more pleasure you will feel. And then you are preparing your body to feel more and more pleasure. So I will leave you, and this is from Mary Simone, okay? The 7 is heaven, 8 is great, 9 is too late is from Mary Simone. I love it. She let me repeat it. And so I invite you to look into my little ebook through the 10 stages of ejaculation control. You can download it at divinekika.com. I also have a little gift for all the ladies and men, is Tantric Sex Secrets for Greater Sex, Love, and Intimacy tonight. You don't need to have a lover to learn it. In fact, if you learn it, you become the magnet to manifest more love in your life, and you learn to love yourself better. This is not for only when you have a partner. If you have a partner, great, practice with your partner. But this is something for you to practice, for you to master your sexual energy. Of course, everything that we just shared here is just a taste. So I invite you to go to divinekika.com, sign up to one of these 2 gifts. You will receive 10 emails that will empower you to be a sexual, alive, empowered being vibrating in this earth right now. It's my gift to you. It's completely free. I did it because I want more people awake, more people loving, more orgasmic energy into the planet. So the planet is better for me to live in, for us all to love better and expand our orgasmic energy. Thank you for being here today, for sharing love, for opening your heart for a new awareness. And your culture programming, the desires of your mom and dad, the relationship of your parents, those are not you. I invite you to drop all the ideas and projections of other people upon you, then how relationship and how your sexuality should and should be. You choose with consciousness what brings you bliss, as long as you are honoring everyone else and their yeses and their nos. You are free to be yourself. And I invite you to choose consciously what makes you happy. That's what Tantra is. Blessings, much love. Namaste. Now I must go. Have any questions from me?
Yeah, I'm laughing because I say that a lot as well. Namaste, namaste. But yeah, again, I just want to say like that was wonderful. Like thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing this like with us, all of those who are watching, and being a part of this whole person convergence.